Hey y'all, it's Robert. Terrie's not here today, she's at work. She likes Dalton's, but she's more of a pine tree kind of gal. So all these right here, I got to obtain from a guy in Arkansas. He found them years ago, and was lucky enough to get them as studies for flint knapping, and obviously to have, because everybody knows I'm a freak for Dalton's. I think it's because some of them tend to look like shark's teeth, and I grew up on the beach growing up, looking for shark's teeth, so I don't know if that's what it is, but I love them. Some of these are really nice. Some cool flaking on this one. I don't know if you can see that. They're all just bases. Some nice basal thinning strikes. This one's got a really nice flute started. There's a couple of them that are almost complete. This one I made a video of not long ago trying to figure out what kind of material that was. It's got the cool right hand bevel. This one would have been really nice too. I don't know if you can see how pretty that base would have been. It's got really nice flaking. Couple of drills. The sun is getting bright. Oops, sorry. But that doesn't mean it's nice and hot out. If you see me shaking, I had to wait a little bit. It was in the 20s when I got up this morning. That's got a cool little base. Shame on all those. Then here's some that I got from Paleo Man. He made a video of some quartzies that he had saved, and this point in particular caught my eye, and I made a comment about it, and he told me that he'd like to send it to me. So I was so excited, and then when the box came, it felt like it weighed 50 pounds. There had to be 60 or 75 quartzies in there. I couldn't believe it. This is one of my favorite pieces in all my collection. I love this point. You can see right here where that hip starts. It's ground all that ways, and the same on this other side. Just crazy nice. I've thought about having that one redone. This one shows some cool flaking for quartz. We don't get a lot of flaking on quartz, but this one has it. This side's a little junkier. But again, just slightly ground on this side and pretty heavily ground on that side. Here's a cool one. Base is broke. Typical of quartz though, it doesn't show much flaking. It's got some nice thinning strikes though on there for quartz. Again, smooth as butter on the sides right here. And then the blades, like it should be. This is a really cool one for quartz. Quartzy drill Dalton. Super smooth on the sides. Broken drill. Look at this. How all three of these look so alike. Even in the size. Then this one right here came from Creek Dalton. He said that he wanted to send me and Terrie some stuff, and I was super excited. And when I opened this up, I just could not believe it. Look at the base on that thing. I guess you'd call that a hemp hill. It's got the beveled base. And the flaking is just so cool. Super thin too. Here's one I got from a lady in Elberton, Georgia. It's just east of us. She found it hiking, looking for arrowheads with her grandmother. The base is just, it doesn't even feel like a base. It's so smooth, it's so rounded. It's an old piece. I don't know if you can see it. It almost looks like it was a drill and it snapped off right there. This is another cool one. For quartz, you can see it's got a little flute channel that runs up to about right there. base is really thin, and it's ground to about that hip right there. All of the base inside, and then the same on that other side. I thought it was a Yadkin at first, but you won't be able to see it, but it does have a slight bevel down that side, and then the same if you flip it over. You can kind of see it's, maybe you can see it right there. And y'all know how much I love the quartz Daltons, so this is that one that I made. I watched that video from Paleo Man and went downstairs, and I had a piece that I've been saving for a while and napped this out of it. I love showing this one off. It's my favorite point that I've made so far. I haven't even put it in the case. It's vein quartz too. Look at this stuff. What a joke. And that stuff is gorgeous. Then the one that I found, this is probably one of my first, easily my first 10. It could be my first 5 finds. It's the best point I've ever found. And I questioned it in the beginning because I really didn't know anything about arrowheads when I first started hunting. And so I didn't know what it was, and a lot of people said Dalton. I just knew it looked cool. And it does have a hip that's slightly ground, but Yadkins are also slightly ground, some of them. So I've questioned back and forth on this point. Has a slight bevel, but then again, you can see it. Yadkins were resharpened also. So I don't say that it's, I've wavered back and forth, and I don't say that it's a Yadkin or a Dalton. I call it the Crazy Bull Point, because that's where the creek, we call it the Crazy Bull Creek. This one's straight for Mr. Pestleman. I know you've seen it before. That's my quartz harrowhay that I found at the beaver dam. I was going down there, my youngest son wanted me to come down there and check it out, and I got on the other side of the bank and was looking out over the water, had backed up behind there and looked back where the boys were standing, and there was a tiny little rock bar in the creek where it was washing out underneath the dam, and this was just laying in that creek just like this on its side. And being worked quartz like that, it kind of jumps out, and I said, hold on, let me run over here, I want to check this little thing out. And I got down and looked at it. I could not believe it's 3 inches or maybe a little bigger, you know. And of all the artifacts that we've found, we don't find anything made out of vein quartz or regular quartz that's 3 inches. So that thing is gorgeous. What a cool knife. Excited to have that. That's probably my second favorite find. That one being my first of all the stuff I found. So yep, I don't want to drag this on for 30 minutes, but I know we haven't been on here much. We're still alive and kicking. We just we haven't been able to hunt. Some of our spots are inaccessible at the time, and it's been cold. Not so crazy cold, but cold enough to make you want to stay inside. But I did see this challenge and wanted to jump in, so this is what I have to offer. Hope y'all like it. Looking forward to seeing everybody else's stuff. So yeah, we're out watching y'all's videos. I just don't comment quite as much anymore. I do it with my phone, and I just don't like the way it does. But either way, thanks again, y'all, as always, for watching. Congrats, Pestleman, on the 500 subs. You're kind of like chief of our little YouTube community here. So well deserved. Thanks again, y'all.